Hello, I'm Chris Worth, and this is For What It's Worth. Hey, I have been really thinking about an idea tonight. Reflecting on what I talked about earlier about anger, I sometimes wonder um, how much of our sort of baseline understanding um, of being human isn't doesn't come from a sort of archetypical bank of knowledge. Now, note I have been reading some Jung lately, so but it's not a new question for me. I often wonder how much of the response to people with disabilities doesn't come from a sort of inborn response to frailty that's sort of built into the human condition. We don't want to be weak. We don't want to be frail. We don't want to be unable to eat. We don't want to be unable to reproduce. And I think that's that sort of archetypical, those sort of archetypical responses come from when we first came out of the garden, if you will. And I think that they are very visual, right? So, mass culture's response to disability are the disabled themselves, not necessarily wanting to accept our disability. There may be an inborn psychological slash biological response to disability and a need to reject it. Now, as we've grown intellectually, as society has become more complex, archetypes change, right? Andy Warhol most recently really redefined idea of archetype, idea of what art is, right? Idea of what makes an archetype, right? Well, Andy played on archetypes of mother, of perfect woman, right? Well, I think that going back to that anger issue, I think that we might be responding to that archetype. That, but as I've just said, that can be redefined, right? These are just some thoughts coming out of the last conversation. Well, so we just need to redefine our archetypical response to disability, mass culture wise. Now, we've acknowledged in other blogs that has begun to change. We have begun to change our physical world. A lot has been done within the last 40 years, I've even said. to change our physical world, to open it up. But now it is time to change that archetypical response, right? We're a modern people, whatever that means. I'm not sure how modern we are even when we call ourselves that. But this has been, for what it's worth, Chris Worth.